What up, world? Welcome to the Fives of the Week podcast, episode 97. It's your boy, Philly.
Saul Schwitzenheimer.
And Hollywood Apple Snitzer.
Zwitzer. Zoom, 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 zoom. Yeah, it's a little Metallica bringing us home, boys.
Love it.
It's like a 45-second intro, bro. I forgot how long that intro was.
That's going to get flagged on MushTube.
Hey, we could always chop it up a little bit.
So, yeah, boys, good to be here again, once again. Grandmaster B, how's your week, Brad?
Hey, man, I'm hanging in there like a loose tooth. And I practiced that joke all freaking day, man. Yeah. To myself. Everything's going okay, boys. Official end of summer. Had to cover up the pool. Today was the day. Had the crew come by, and I got to tell you a quick story, though, about this pool. So, you know the algae issues we've had all summer, so I have not been paying attention to my pool very much, obviously, not swimming in it. So I went out last night just to kind of make sure everything was where it needed to be for these dudes to come over, and my pool is like pea soup, man. Like, I haven't been out there looking at it since the last time I cut my grass, like last Thursday, Friday maybe, and so I had to go buy some shock before the pool store closed, because I called my guy up. He's like, yeah, I can't cover a pool if it's green, man, because you don't want to cover that all winter long like that. Go right now, go get some of this pool shock. So I went ahead, dropped 30 more bucks, run the filter all night, throughout the night, and had to wake up and hope that shit cleared up. It did. And then on top of that, I had to get my ladder out, which is water weighted and sand weighted down so it doesn't float away.
Yeah.
So I dropped a screwdriver in the pool last night.
No.
I can't get the ladder out because the wife's trying to help me do this, and she's strong, but not that strong. I needed a couple of burly, musky guys like yourself. You understand? And so I had to jump in the pool, dude, with the slime, and it wasn't that bad, but it was bad enough to know that, like, when I took a shower, I was getting really, like, self-conscious of algae growing underneath my armpits and shit.
Oh, yeah? You say shower.
I took a shower, and I thought of Troy the whole time. And, man, dude, it was just weird, man. It was cold. It was like 60-some degrees last night, man. I'm doing this shit in the dark with a flashlight.
I got to do mine Friday. I got to get the pillow and then...
Yeah, my neighbors probably thought it was fucking crazy. If
I'll throw that algae and chlorine in there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cover it.
Yeah.
But that's got to be Friday. I don't have the time right now.
So that ended up working out not quite as good as I wanted it to, but I never thought I'd be going in a pool that looked like pea soup. You follow me?
Oh, yeah, I'm saying.
It's bittersweet, right? Because the 22nd, day after my birthday, was the first day of fall, and you could just see the tide turning. Like, all this week, it's high 60s.
Yeah.
You know, summer's officially over, but we're going to get another heat wave next week. It's supposed to be in the 80s again.
Real crisp at night, real crisp.
What do they call that? Indian summer? Is that what we used to call
Indian
that?
weather.
Indian weather? I never understood the concept of that.
I don't know.
People start getting relaxed. They start getting back in their shorts, and all of a sudden they get hit with that cold front. And
Do you think
sick.
the Rez appreciates that remark, Brez?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to call Career up. He's got some of that Cherokee in him. We'll have to figure out what the meaning behind all that is. So.
I think, doesn't our side, that side have Blackfoot Indian?
Yeah.
You got some Blackfoot in you? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yep.
You ever get down on that good foot?
Oh.
They call him Holly Tonto, but...
Yeah.
So, how you been? How's your week, man?
Not bad, man. Long. Just a lot of different things going on. As we all know, with the strike and everything, and I got brothers and sisters out there that's been out there for a couple weeks now. Some are coming forth. It's just all part of the deal. When you're going for something like this, so big, we had somebody go and get out of a car over on Sherwood and actually swing at some of our strikers.
No.
And with racial words. But the ignorant thing is they also had their kids spitting that same thing out at the time. And then the wife, and he had his ass handed to him.
Well, who does stuff like that?
Some ignorant bastard.
That's just stupid.
Because he didn't like it.
That's horrible.
Yeah, and he had to throw the racial out there. And it was just, they handled it very well, quickly and swift. And 99% of the time, they said most of it is all positive stuff.
Yeah.
So this guy is very, very lucky. And I still think they're going to try to look him with cameras and pull it up and find out who this guy is. Because even having your kids in the car and them spitting that out the window too. Come on, man.
Yeah, you're showing another generation just that ignorance, man. It's stupid.
No matter how you feel, you keep it. You know what I mean? You just don't do that. And it's just disgusting.
They're losers.
So it's just work as normal. 7 days a week. Don't know why, but
Still 7, huh?
oh yeah, it's pathetic.
Come on.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
So, Mr. Philly,
Yes.
you had a birthday.
Perfect.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Let's talk about that birthday, man.
Lots of birthday love, man. Appreciate everybody reaching out and doing nice things. A lot of nice words. Yeah, I feel good, man. 37, another year under the belt. Didn't do anything crazy this year.
37, nice.
I think I'll save something big for 40. It's
Yeah.
just like, man, I just felt like getting older. Went to the 50 concert. That was dope. So I didn't have a week, extravaganza, but
No, hey.
you do little things to celebrate yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Whatever it takes, brother.
Well, Hollywood, it's like a whole month-long celebration, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well, you see, it's quite like this sort of catch or something right there. It was because, when I turned 50,
Yeah.
it was the bad COVID. So I never even got a chance to do something. So I said, you know what? Now I want to do something every day, something different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For that week or whatever like that. And it was kind of like I kind of felt like I was 50 again because that was taken away.
Sure.
And I'll never get that back.
Absolutely.
So this was a good time. And so I'm glad, you did the way you wanted to do it and everything. And,
Yeah, for sure.
No,
it was. I had the week off, so I was able to do a lot of things I wanted to do. Concerts, just caught up on things around the house, and I had a nice dinner Saturday with some of the family, and back to the grind this week.
Yeah, reality
Doesn't that
hits.
feel good, though? Doesn't that give you that reboot of a lot of things?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Definitely, it's tough getting back into the grind, but it does. You do feel refreshed, which is nice. You need that time to time.
Yeah, so let's go back to this birthday thing because you do a month-long celebration. Generally speaking, even if it's 51, 52, you're going all out for this stuff. But it's like a week.
It all depends. Usually it's the week playing up to it.
Yeah.
It depends on how my birthday falls or whatever.
Yep.
This is probably the first time that was a little more, because like I said, how things went and everything, a few years, but normally it's just that week.
My daughter Allison, she's a birthday savant. Like this is my birthday month. She goes with the month because she's a March birthday. But man, it's like some kind of like any kind of big month of celebration, right? So this is all about what she wants to do all the time. And I'm like, man, I get a birthday. I'm just happy I made the next one, bruz.
But they're big. I
Very
see a
large.
lot of women. They do the month. They
Yeah.
just do something different every day. Whether it's being kinder, and there's always like a pattern of something. doing
Now, how do you
something.
guys feel about that half birthdays? Because that's one thing I just couldn't get with.
I don't even know what that is.
What is that?
So, like, some people will celebrate whether their kids are 16 and a half. Like, they'll celebrate it in June instead of December.
Come on.
Like,
Who gives a fuck?
Are you serious? People do that?
I never heard of it.
yes.
I've never heard of that.
This is like, I see it on Facebook, see it online all the time. I just
Wow,
like,
that never
really?
new to me.
Wow, it's like the 6 month cutoff point. Like we got to celebrate a little bit because my
What about
birthday's
if we-
coming.
Yeah, weeks and weekends I can get. You
Yeah.
celebrate yourself. It's okay to celebrate
What
yourself.
about if
sure,
you
man.
celebrate 16 and a quarter?
Yeah, yeah. What
We
about
do a
that,
quarter
Tone?
birthdays now.
Oh,
Yeah.
come
I
on.
mean, yeah, that's a little ridiculous. But so with Allie, so we got Black History Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, and Allie Month.
Alley month, and we got a Hollywood month now. So
Yes.
the calendar's getting full. And yesterday,
You don't say.
I did not know this was National Daughters Day. I had no idea.
I
Here
had
I
no
am,
clue.
social media, looking at all these pictures of friends, and they got pictures of their daughters. I'm like, what am I missing out on? It looks like, oh, it's Daughter Day or whatever. Like, I had no idea. So it must be a Facebook holiday because I felt bad, so I texted my kids at like 11 o'clock last night. Hey, Happy Daughters Day! And my one daughter, God bless her, because she's just kind of like me in a way. She's like, that's so stupid. Who made this shit up? Like, who are these holidays, And different types of scenarios like that.
Yeah,
Whatever,
it's
man.
weird. And I think you'll see more and more of made up stuff. It's like you saying that to me, like 16 and a half, I was kind of like, just
I've never
blown
heard
away.
of
Like I
that.
had never heard of it.
It's just crazy.
Unreal.
It's a thing, Braz.
So, Philly, before we jump into anything else, how's your team doing, man? How's the team?
Struggling a little bit,
Yeah.
kind of hit a bump, but it's again, just trying to get them locked in and focused for next week. It's a tough division, so every week's going to be a battle. We're always going to have a dogfight. So, yeah, we still got 4 games left. Still have an opportunity to make a great season out of it. So,
Yeah, that's what matters, especially in the school district that you're coaching. you're playing powerhouses.
Yeah, it's literally like the SEC of the Macomb County.
Some don't get that. You're like, well, look at the teams you play, and then look at the teams we play.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's big.
It's very difficult, and JV's, like I said before, it's tough. You get some varsity kids, you get some freshmen that come up that are at a higher skill level, so it's a little bit different, but it's a fun challenge, Yeah,
and you'll set in. Give you another year or two.
Didn't get the birthday victory, but it was a great game. It was rivalry game, very intense, fun to be a part of those games, even though we only lost by a point. Just things go right here and there, matter of a play. We were down one of our better players. Things happen, so it's all good at the end of the day.
Them 1-point losses. Would you rather lose by 30 points than lose by 1?
Oh, definitely by 1. Because even though it's tough, at least you competed and you battled. And as frustrating as it is when you're getting your ass kicked and nothing's working, that's very frustrating.
Yeah.
So what was your wish for your birthday on to the next one? Anything spectacular that you had a wish for? Or
No.
You just didn't at all?
No, really just, like I said, I wasn't really in the birthday spirit per se this year. Just thankful for the little things, good health, happiness, things like that. I think that's what matters the most. Like I said, 40, when that comes around, we'll whoop it up. But
got to be
for now, it's just like we're just climbing the ladder per se.
Damn
Damn
the
you.
footstep down there.
Progress down there. Yes, sir. Yes,
It'll
sir.
be here before you know it, young
I
man.
know.
That's the shitty part about them birthdays. They come faster and faster every year. I don't know if you...
Do you think I'll be fully gray by 40?
Not if you do just for men, Brad.
Say I go raw
I got
dog.
this nice hairpiece you can
Think
wear.
this will turn all gray?
About
I don't think
40?
it'll turn all.
No,
It'll be
because
spot.
I
though.
think you're going to have patches. You're going to have like salt and pepper. Yeah, I think it's going to look
Ladies
good.
say it's smooth though.
Oh, I like it. It's good, man. You know what, dude? I got a eyebrow that turned gray on me, man. Like one of my hairs fucking pissed me off, man.
Well, you look at it like this. You're graduating. It's some never make it there.
I look like Annie Rooney from 60 Minutes, man. I'm looking in the mirror going, I'm ugly, but goddamn, I've got me a damn gray hair up in my brows, man.
You're looking like the Silver Fox right now.
Man, you know what I'm saying, man.
Schwitzenheimer.
You get them great nut hairs or no?
I haven't gone down there lately to look, but I might have to get my magnifying glass out and take a look at that.
You got me bold patches down there.
No, I ain't no Propecia, man. Shit.
Well, with that being said and whatnot and what have you, let's do the fives of the week.
And now, our feature presentation.
All right, boys. So episode 97, fives of the week this week. We're doing self-improvement things. Could be anything that you feel like you need to work on or want to do to just improve your overall self. And I know we did with Big T, we did men's health, so some of these are along the same lines, but I feel like this is always a constant topic of note, should be top of mind for everybody. So I say it's a good discussion. And with that being said, my number one is allowing people to help you, because I've never been that guy, and I never really like to ask for it. But I'm learning, I feel like it's okay to kind of let people in and lend a hand when you need one, because it's hard to take the weight of the world on your shoulders all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think once in a while, it's all right to reach out, and just let people in. As tough as that is for us, as men of pride, and, you want to do everything yourself, sometimes you just can't. And sometimes it's just good to, again, take some weight off your shoulders. So that's the way I'm going to start this one out.
Yeah, kind of like breaking wind. Let the gas go.
Yeah, sometimes you got to cut loose.
Yeah, cut loose that big old gas you got right there in the ass.
You understand. You follow my lead, son.
I feel you right there.
All right, Hollywood, over to you.
Now, I'm going to say this right here. That's a very good one, by the way. It's trying to be making yourself, and at least for me, a happier me. Trying and opening up to different things and being a happier me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that just, the things that brings upon is amazing. You know what I mean? And it's little things. You would pick it up like, I normally wouldn't be like that, or did that before. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just opens up a whole different thing.
Yeah, it's like that when you said when I lost all that weight a couple years ago and I was really struggling. You know, it's good because you have, when you're happy, it's infectious, right? You say you got that glow, you walk, you talk different. You just got a swagger about you, you know, and I think that's an overall great thing that has to, again, stay top of mind, men, female, whatever. You have to make sure that's a priority.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
That's a good one. I like it.
Thank you for that.
Yes. Over to you.
So I put my faith. It's very important to me. My well-being as a person, I look to a higher person for guidance, structure in my life. And we could talk to people in person, but just faith, man. It personally helps me to be a better person because I have flaws like most people. Sometimes I just need that. You know, it's like it's an important part of who I am. You know, we've talked about this before, but it's just having faith, man. You know, it's like sometimes you just got to leave it, you know, at the footsteps of the big man. You know, you can't control everything that goes on in this world. And, you know, we know it can be difficult at times, but I think we go through peaks and valleys in one's life, you know, and I think that if you're grounded and you have your faith, and what really bothers me, and, you know, I know there's people that say, well, I don't believe in God or I don't believe in this and that, but I mean, isn't it right to have some kind of a faith in something? You know, I mean, some people will just be totally against that, but not the way I was raised and brought up. I always thought that was an important part of being a better person. And I got to say this, as I got older, it meant more to me. You know what I mean? So, and I think you'll find that pretty common with older people. You'll see more people in church. And my wife and I were at church on Saturday. We went to Saturday because, you know, the game's on Sunday, man. I got to sit and watch pregame, man. So, you know, once again, I'm putting priorities in place. But we're in church, and it's funny because you look around the church, and there's a lot of old people. You know, there's a lot of older people that are there. And when I say older, I mean respectfully, probably in their 60s, 70s, and maybe older. You don't see a lot of young people in church anymore. And that, you know, I get it. It doesn't matter what your belief is, but there's not enough of it.
They're running wild.
They're running wild. And I think it's so important and critical that you do have some kind of, you know, ground that you could tap into, even if it's in your mind or it's in your head. I just believe sometimes, like you mentioned a prayer box or things that got you through difficult times in your life, and somehow these things happen. They just fall in place to, you know, go through this valley of tough road, and then all of a sudden there it is. Man,
now, let me ask you this. Do you genuinely feel like that makes you a better you?
I think it definitely helps, yeah. I think awesome. I do definitely feel that it's helped me, and I got a lot of improvements to do, you know, a ton of them, you know.
We all do. We
look in the mirror and we say, okay, you know, I'm a hypocrite because I'll say you should do this, but then I do the same thing that you're doing. So, I mean, that's part of life, right?
Sure.
But I just think, you know, I put faith right at one of the top things for me.
Can I tell you one time about the harvest?
Tell me about the harvest.
Well, you see, we got this harvest, and it's a little quick story there about one time when I was down on my luck, and I had this seed. I planted the seed. So with your $58,
we know you've been dropping a lot of seed, Brian.
I got the youth group escape room. You could come there for a $58 seed.
Yeah, oh, really? This guy's going to open his own freaking dispensary.
Buy what you're seeds. It's you know what works for people. Some people you got to go there. Some will go there in hard of times.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel good, and you feel good being there, you go.
100%.
I mean, it's something that you find, you know, calm. You know, it's something there, like you said, when you're going through this difficult time. We talked about this many podcasts ago about what, you know, your brother, and then you went somewhere just because you needed somebody came up to you. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to get all into all that, but it's to me, it's an important element.
Oh, absolutely. You know, sometimes you get a little lost there.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, and you have your battles, and it's definitely part of my life as well, and it always will be, you know, and everybody's relationships are different. I think, you know, back to the youth, I think, you know, in Catholic churches, per se, it's a little bit old school, it's a little bit long. I think, you know, the other churches kind of have some more upbeat, you know, kind of more positive.
Yeah.
A little bit more hip. So whatever you believe in, I think having faith is a very good thing.
Yeah, as long as you enjoy it in your heart, it don't matter what anyone else thinks, and you feel good.
That's it.
Walking in, and you feel good walking out.
You got it. You nailed
Absolutely.
it right there, Bruz.
Absolutely.
Knock on wood if you're with me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Number 2 for me would be saying no. You know, it's something I'm trying to improve on constantly because I always feel like I got to do everything. Mm-hmm. You know, not as much of a people pleaser as I used to be because obviously you have priorities, right? Especially as you get older, man, you value your time more. We talked about this umpteen times on this show. And I think that's important too. You know, you got to be able to just tell somebody, no, I'm not doing it. Can't win with them.
Can't win with them.
You know, so that's very, very important. It's something I continue to work on. Like I can't do it all. Can't be everywhere at once. And you got to have that filter and that limit.
Yeah.
Cannot play with them. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it.
Can't do it.
There it is. So that's my number 2.
Very good. Very good. My number 2 would be great leadership. Spreading that leadership amongst peers. You know what I mean? There may be people that look up to you and say, you're a better voice than I am. And you have to embrace that. You know, I deal with that at work on a daily basis. I go over there. I don't know how to put it like you know how to put it. That's okay. You got to be able to embrace that voice for these people. And when you don't, they get lost. You know what I mean? Like they'll sit back and maybe, I just didn't want to. I didn't know how to say it. You know how to say it better. So you take this in, you see that, and it's how you use the power of it. You know what I mean? And to be that voice for them. And, you know, you look at all these different blessings you get from it. You know what I mean? Because they really will look at you in a whole different way than you even imagine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
I like it.
Yeah, so doing that is showing that leadership and meaning it that you want to be there to do this. You know what I mean? There's no objective why you're doing it, what you're trying to get out of it. It's just showing that leadership, and that's what I do.
Yeah, and you constantly improve on that, right? Because you've always been a coach or a manager, or even at work, you take that leadership role. And I know you said you didn't like the way you sounded. I think B's the best speaker on the podcast.
Yeah, right.
But I can see growth in you. Since you've been doing this, it comes out. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm a stuttering Bob sometimes, and you might say Larry Donaldson here and there, but you
Who are you?
You could just tell. You could tell it comes from the heart, and those leadership qualities show.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Who is Larry?
Larry.
Larry the Cable Guy?
Phil Dickinson.
Phil Dickens.
So the next thing I did for self-improvement is exercising, man. I started my journey real kind of in March. I'm going to say March was like the magic month for me. And that's where I kind of went all in. You're an influence for me. I want you to know that.
Thank you.
And it just got to the point where I'm like, I got to start exercising. Like, I'm sitting around doing nothing. I'm like watching television, doing nothing. I'm like, I need to get up off my ass and start moving again, because it's so easy to fall into a trap of doing nothing and have those pity parties and sit around and just, get in them pair of jeans. I'm like, man, these fuckers are getting tight.
How's it feel?
Feels great. I'm tired because I didn't sleep worth the shit last night. So I was
trying to go.
Yeah, I mean, it just, but yeah, there's a difference in my energy level. I feel better. People noticed it now. And so, I'm not looking for people to go, hey, man, you look good. When you haven't seen someone in about 4 or 5 months and all of a sudden, like, damn, dude, you okay, man? You lost a lot of weight. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine.
Are you getting any bigger down there?
Dude, if I measure from my butthole to the tip, yeah, I think I no. It's funny. I thought it would, but it really didn't. I'm still four stiff.
Foreskin? Or?
No, foreskin. Yeah, but no, I just, guys, seriously, like going into this whole exercise, like, Hollywood, you mentioned this, where you're able to, still work your job and still be able to move around freely.
Amazing.
And, I've been, wearing this smartwatch and things of sorts and watching my steps. And man, I'm telling you, if it's like, this just happened the other day, I didn't hit my move mark because you got, steps, you got moves, you got exercise. And it was Sunday. I'm watching football most of the day, man. I didn't want to go anywhere. I sat on a couch 80% of the day.
And that's okay.
Well, I mean, the late game came on and, I took the dog for a quick walk. My wife's like, where are you going? I'm like, taking a dog for a walk. But I knew if I didn't do that, I would go to bed feeling defeated because I'm challenging myself. And I think that's part of the whole exercise.
But it's okay to have your day off so it keeps you balanced.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to check out, man. And I've done that many a times, but I don't want to be reversing that, just doing it once, like eating good maybe once a week and eating like shit the other 6. So, and that might fall into my next one. But so just kind of exercising, getting moving again, because, winter coming around the corner. And I don't do a lot of stuff in the wintertime. I don't get out there and ice fish. I don't snowmobile. And, some people live for the winter. I know little Drew loves it, man. He's looking forward to it. Yeah. But I just think getting out there and moving and exercise, it doesn't have to be, like you said, going in the gym and pounding 300 pounds of weights. And,
absolutely not.
And walking around the gym, pounding your chest. It's just a matter of just doing something moderately exercise-wise, break a sweat.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels good.
Breaking the sweat is important.
I will still be walking at work around the complex, even in the winter.
Yes, and that's great. You have a good outlet.
It's a part of my life. And now I got people that are going, hey, you walking today? Yeah, catch me about 12:30 when I get done with this. I'm going to go for a nice walk. And I'll have people follow. I bring other people. But where do you think I got that from? Seeing them do it. They inspired me.
Somebody has to kind of start the domino effect.
Their bodies changed. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Why don't I do this and get paid for it?
Yeah.
Why not?
Clicked on from there.
Yeah.
And then just eating. But, you got to eat good, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to lie, Philly. You texted me. I was still at home. As you know, I'm usually on time all the time.
Don't say.
So I said, I'm going to give this kid, him like 15, 20 extra minutes. So that gave me that extra 10, 15 minutes to go walk the dog. So I wouldn't be sitting here when I get home going, damn, I got to go walk the dog at 10:30 at night. No, I'm going to do it now. And
did you have a 4-course meal while you were at it?
I did, yeah. Then I walked to the drive-thru at McDonald's, and then I went and got me a Slurpee. No, I went and did my quick walk, man. That was part of my routine, man.
I like getting it in the winter, you know what I'm saying, as far as physical fitness, going to the gym, that too,
Okay,
I work that cardio out too.
All right.
Hip thrusts and whatnot, what have you.
Well, you got Planet Fitness, right?
Yeah, I used to go to Edge, but Planet's right around the corner.
And I think I'm going to do that.
I don't go there and spend hours like we talked about. I used to do that, like when we played softball, man. It's just so time consuming. Your body, like, you hurt, you know what I mean? Because you're trying to get big, you're trying to hit for power. I just like to go for like maybe an hour. Get my cardio in, interval training, get a little pump in, I'm good. And the more consistent you are, the quicker you'll see results.
Oh, there ain't no doubt
and the
about
eating is a big key because as we know, we all love good food, bad food, love to eat, period. But if you limit that and you cook more, you'll be surprised how quick your body can change.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
I'm telling you, it's a journey, man. It's like they say, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. If you're looking for the immediate gratification, I think we all have been there. Like, man, I get on a scale on a Monday, then I'll weigh myself on Wednesday, then I'll get back again on Saturday. You can't clock watch your situation. You just got to stay true to the course.
Once every 2 weeks, weigh yourself. Because if you beat yourself up and it's every 3 days and you start getting mentally messed up, go on the weight scale every 2 weeks. Oh, I'm down 3 pounds. Great. It's a great success.
And don't go back on it because you'll know. You'll know if you screwed up on your diet. I mean, look, guys, I'm not freaking, going into the Olympics, the way I look. But the thing is just staying true to that course, man.
It's okay to fluctuate.
Yeah, you're going to go up and down. You can get water weight. You can eat some salted products, and all of a sudden you put 2 pounds of water weight on.
Yeah, so you often bring out the measuring stick.
I do.
Hollywood, have you ever dropped your nuts on a scale?
Very large nuts. Big balls.
How much do you think your nuts weigh?
Oh, fuck, well, I'd have to ask
Tell
her.
the
people. Oh, my nuts. Well, I'd say they look like damn elephant ears.
Very long and very hard.
If I had to put my nuts on a scale.
You don't have to actually answer.
Okay. He's going to try to answer this question as honestly as he can. Man.
Does it smell good enough for you in there?
I'll tell you what, they hurt my goddamn back sometimes right there. Carrying them goddamn big old trunk around there right there.
It's the equivalent of big old titties, huh? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So number three for me, man, is learning. Whether it be through reading, through other people, learning healthy habits, leadership skills, all those things, man. I actually downloaded Babbel to try to learn more Spanish.
Yes.
I think that's a good thing because if you keep your mind working, man, it'll keep you sharper.
Crisp.
very, very crisp. And that's the goal. That's why they say it's good for elderly people to do crossword puzzles, all things like that.
Absolutely.
I think the mind is very powerful, as we know.
Stimulating the brain.
As we know, you can get trapped inside that too, through your bad times. So the more you keep it active, and know when to shut it down too. But that's learning healthy habits as well, and just constantly trying to improve on that. And B, you'll appreciate this. I picked up that Tony Dungy book, read a passage today. I'm trying to get back on that kick. So would love to do more reading. It's just like right now, between work, the pod, football, it's just a lot. It's hard to find time for everything again.
Yeah, you got a lot going on.
You got to limit it, right?
And you also got to remember this too. You have to embrace that while you got this going on, and do not let frustration set in. Even when it comes and you're like, I just don't feel like I have this, and I'm constantly on the go. You'll weather that storm. You'll make it your own, but you have to embrace it, or it will take you down to avenues and alleys that you've never been through, and it'll make you hate what you're doing.
Yeah,
and you don't want to do that.
Sure. And that's a great one. One of the things that really, and by the way, I think Hollywood has a lifetime subscription to, what is it, Rosetta Stone? You know what that is, Hollywood? That's the Rosetta Stone official site of languages, where you can learn Spanish, Portuguese, and all that kind of stuff. How many? So, what I was going to say, guys, is this. You look at, we all get this at the end of the week or the Monday, how much time you spent on your phone. Yeah. If you think about it, you talk about reading this Tony Dungy book, or any book. I prefer Dr. Seuss myself. Pictures are better, but I'm a visual kind of guy. But this thing with making time, if you look at how much time you're given to other things that don't equate to fucking nothing, if you can't dedicate 15 to 20 minutes or an hour of that time that you're giving to these stupid smartphones and all the shit that I get caught up in it, I'm not going to lie. And that's where you really got to start to kind of dissect, okay, what am I really competent? And I'll create a ton of memes, don't get me wrong. You know that. I love my memes. But I'm like, holy shit, man. I looked at my, I think it was like 7.5 hours a day on average. Now, maybe that's combined total of checking emails, phone calls, social media, whatever. But I'm thinking, dude, that's a lot of time in a day to give to something that doesn't really give anything back to me other than the gratification of checking in on what's going on that I already know.
We think it's stupid, but like it's the way of the world now. You have to have that compass of where to cut it off and stop it, and check back into reality too and handle your business. But the phones are super important.
Oh God, I mean everything is there. I mean your whole life basically is right here in this thing. But do you guys know people like that don't engage in any social media at all? You mentioned say Facebook or and they're just, I
don't get involved in it.
Yeah. Like you rarely ever see them with a phone in their hand. Like they're just not we walk around these things like they're, like bottles for babies sometimes, it's like some people oh my God, I lost my phone. Like this one girl I seen at the grocery store that one day, she's freaking out. I can understand it, but we give a lot of time to a lot of other things.
Yeah. And there's people that are super passionate about it. Like, social media has ruined society. I think if you let it, it can, and it's been, it's been part of it for sure, but it's not everything.
I've left mine at home, and I refuse to go get it.
And that brings me up to my point. I went to practice one day, my phone was dead. I was like, fuck it, I'm leaving it, man. I'm going to take these 3 hours just to check out. It felt great. I was able to focus, 100% focus on my task at hand. It felt good.
Sometimes it's best just to leave it alone, and let it simmer down,
or just check in on Facebook or whatever. You just check in and in and out. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. So over to you, Hollywood.
I got my fourth one is very special to me. Is getting to spend more time with my friends. Friends that I've grew up with, friends that I've played football with, friends that I've met along the way. To get there and hear their stories and see them and how you counter-react. Is special to me because I've missed out on a lot of that. And some of my other friends had mentioned it to me. We get together, we're only getting older. You believe that. Mm-hmm. It's true. Why do you want to go somewhere at a funeral and go, yeah, he was a great guy, just, or she was a good gal, and just, you never had the time to spend. Spend the time. When you have the time, spend it. Mm-hmm. So even on the hefty works that I'm on, there's times I try to sneak out for a couple hours just to give that couple of hours to, feel focused and be with your friends. And, You know, they may be having a worse time than you're having.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Or need to talk to you. And that to me is special. More of that is coming with amongst other friends coming together that haven't seen each other in a very, very long time. That will be coming very, very soon. But I think it's very important to your life and who you are. You know what I mean?
So is there going to be like a premiere or something like that?
No, it's just some people that haven't seen
Marquee
each other.
Hollywood coming in, man. I'm going to be with everybody.
Like there's some
man.
individuals that say, hey, you ran into what you call it? No. Man, I'd really like to see them. So kind of get something together and they can, you know, whatever.
I think that's a really good one, man, because you know what? I mean, this is a once a week thing for us. We don't really talk much during the week. You're working, I'm working, you're working. Everybody's doing their life, right? And then it's something that I look forward to have that, you know, togetherness, you know, because we do bounce a lot of shit off each other off the air and we laugh and we do a lot of crazy things. But I think to have that social environment is very important. And there's been studies that people that isolate themselves from society or don't socialize are more likely to find depression a whole lot quicker or be mad at the world because, you know, sometimes it's a picker up. You know, it's somebody that you just, you know, maybe a guy like you who's just got that type of personality, Hollywood, that just being around you, it's infectious. It's fun.
And I don't like all them high school reunions. I don't care about that.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm kind of, I mean, we like it, but we're beyond that now. That's 30-some years
ago, it's the same
man.
thing. It's like, okay, you still got no teeth in your mouth. You know what I mean? It's like I'm doing other things, you know, amongst your peers that you want, and that's all that matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, a group together you put together, and it's like, okay, we're having another one. We get together. We're having another. How many of these motherfuckers are you going to keep having?
Yeah, it's kind of
for sure.
It gets repetitive after a while, but
and you see it on the Facebook over. And, oh, this one's having a Braywick reunion or this and that. Okay, all right, and okay, I'm not coming. You know, it's like, whatever. All right, have a good time.
We're getting together for the 5th time this month. Is everyone going to put it, you know, let me know who's all going to attend? It's like 3 people.
Once a year thing.
Forget about it.
And be done with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to see people you haven't seen in a long time. It's good to get caught up. And then you realize after seeing some of these people you haven't seen in a long time, it's like nothing's really changed.
He was an asshole.
You know, that's kind of the way it is. But that's respect to you, Hollywood.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
Got to make more time for that.
You need it. You see when we have it here in the card and stuff with the people.
Oh yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's very good. So my number 3 here is watching what I'm eating. Less junk, more healthier options, man. You know, sure, I like to eat pizza and wings and sweets and whatnot, but I try to limit them now. You know, I've got a big jar of peanut M&Ms in my freezer, you know, and that's like my go-to right now. I'm finding myself pecking away at that damn shit, you know.
Try the almonds.
Oh, the almonds are fantastic. They don't make it in a big container. I bought it at one of the wholesale warehouse club deals, and there was like a big one, man, like a big lid on it and everything. And, you know, I told myself when I bought that, it's a treat, you know, it's something I'll just dabble with once in a while.
3 or 4.
Well, it's only been a couple of weeks, dude. It's almost gone. That's the problem because it's kind of like a bag of chips. You look at them.
Gotta have that
I'm going to wait, and then you open them up, and then all of a sudden it's easy to go right back to it. But so, yeah, I mean, in all honesty, it's been cutting back on all the junk. You know, we ate wings last Tuesday night. And that was fun. It was good. It tasted good because I haven't had them in a long time.
Yeah.
And we were fighting for the last part of the dip and everything. It's great. Guide things, right? This is the cool stuff.
Yeah.
Then back to the task.
You can't eat like that every day. I know,
No.
Philly, you were drive-through king at one point in time. The McDoubles were just tearing you up, bruz.
You already know, man.
You know? And it's easy, fast, quick.
I can't even
convenience.
remember the last time I had a McDouble.
Oh my! The food tastes like shit now because I haven't really ate it in a long time, and I did. I went and got a Big Mac, and I get ketchup on it, so kind of that's the way I like it.
How about a fish sandwich?
I love the Filet-O-Fish, but the thing is, it just didn't taste good to me, man. It just did not taste good when you exit that shit for a while, and then you eat it, and you're like, man, you could almost like taste the chemicals and shit, and it doesn't even appeal to me anymore.
Your stomach lets you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you're running to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Or make your own pizza.
Yeah. Oh yeah, keto crust pizza, man. You guys ever had this keto? It's called cauliflower pizza.
Yeah, Jet's got it. I get that.
Isn't it good?
Some people go, I hate it. I said, that's for you. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, you can still eat the cheese.
Yeah,
you can still eat the meat. You can still eat the vegetables. I mean, it's
Better
the
for
crust that's got all the calories. Most of that shit's
I
got
think it's
all
like
the
60
carbs,
calories per slice
Yeah.
compared to 340.
Oh, but you guys dig on a veggie pizza?
Absolutely all day long.
I can. I'm down with it once in a while.
I think it's good. Yeah.
turkey bacon.
What
turkey
about
sausage.
what about Hawaiian pizzas with pine? You guys do like
Absolutely,
pineapple?
yeah.
You'll eat a Hawaiian pizza?
Oh yeah.
I ate Hawaiian with
like it.
You like it?
pineapple with cottage cheese.
What about a pickled pizza? You
No,
guys ever had a
no.
pickled pizza?
No, I would try it though.
I've seen it.
maybe the pickle master. I've had to try it. My daughter turned me on to it. It was actually really good. They use like a white sauce and it's pickled
Yeah, I
chips
can't
and
do it.
it's kind of like eating a giant pickle. I ain't gonna lie.
I did have one today though.
Did you?
Kosher dill.
Yeah, I had one on my sandwich for lunch.
And
Did
that's
you really?
perfect. I love
Yes.
it with a sandwich.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. My dad used to take green onions to work. Like, could you imagine talking to someone after you just got done eating a bologna sandwich and raw green onions?
Oh, dude, I
my-
love them. I love them.
I like green onions, but my mom would take green onions and cut them, the ends and everything, and crop that ugly part of the greenish stuff off and put them in Ziplocs. And Papa would take those.
How
and
about that
freaking-
garlic sprayed on your breath?
Oh, you mean the stuff from the George Wassouf Cafe,
God.
man? Oh, I love Lebanese
Garlic
food.
is such a necessity though.
So
food.
healthy
God,
for you.
dude. And if you eat too much of it, it'll come through the pores of your skin.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
You gotta
It's kind
limit
of
it.
like curry.
Yeah.
You got to let the curry.
yeah.
No, I don't chop them up very fine like Paulie did.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
I get the
I let
minced
it garlic
garlic.
in the sauce.
I put it in my chicken chili today, man.
Oh,
It just
dude.
adds
Oh,
that kick.
yeah,
dude.
man.
So good.
You make
Another
chili?
thing.
Oh yeah, chicken chili, man. I'm
Celery
fine.
salt. Celery salt. Try it.
Yes.
What about
Very
pink
good.
Himalayan salt?
That's what I
Himalaya.
got.
Yeah,
That's
the
good
one I
for
use.
you. That's actually healthier for
But
you.
that celery, guy told me at work, he goes, add that to your meat. And I go, celery salt? He goes, try it. Went out and bought it, put it on my stuff. Man, to the archive.
Now, do
Nice.
you bring that on a date with you? Bring celery salt on a date?
No,
and
I've
say,
never had it. I
Try
never
to
knew
sell
what it
my
was.
meat. Bah.
You know what I'm saying? That taste that
Yeah.
I've been missing.
Do you like celery?
I'll eat it with like Philadelphia or something like that.
Yeah, Philadelphia cream cheese is excellent on celery.
Yeah, I like it
some
too.
people put peanut butter. Peanut butter on
Yeah.
celery. That's a little goofy for me, but
No, I like it.
I've seen it.
My dog will eat it that way.
Yeah.
He won't eat the celery, but if I put peanut butter, it's gone.
Something
He'll
about
spit it right out.
peanut butter and cheese with dogs. You notice that? Like, those are the two things that dogs
Lettuce,
like,
he will
you
not
put it in front
touch.
of them, they're like instant, like
Yes.
at your attention.
Tomatoes, he'll eat. Lettuce, he'll. I'm like, come on,
Dude, Bentley eats watermelon. Watermelon's good for dogs.
Oh yeah, Chop likes that.
When it was really hot, we would get a watermelon and you put it in the fridge for a couple hours, get it nice and cold, and man, he'd take a piece. At first, he didn't know what it was, so he'd just pick it up and drop it, look at it, pick it up and drop it. But now, when he sees watermelon, man, that tail's going 100 miles an hour. He wants some watermelon. You got to give him little pieces,
Yeah.
but he loves it. Dogs can eat it. I was like, am I going to kill my dog giving him watermelon? So I
No.
looked it up, and it's like it's okay
As long as there's no seeds, I think it's easier
Yeah.
for them to digest. So
Did you say seed?
plant that seed.
talking about them seeds.
GMB.
All right, we on to me again.
Yep.
The hell are we doing here? Okay. No, I just did the watching my eating.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry.
Pickled moment.
All right, so this one is number 4 for me is leaving the past in the past. I think you can't beat yourself up over things that have happened. You can't move progress. You can't make progress. Okay, if you're just still moving in the past, right? You got to continue to move on, upward and onward all the time. I think you got to forgive yourself for things and just keep it pushing, man. Continue to better yourself, and you'll be a better self from it. I truly believe in that because I've had to work on that.
Yeah.
There's times it does rear its ugly head, and you fall back into that mind state, or it didn't work out the last time I did this, but this isn't last time.
Yeah.
You got to start fresh and crisp.
That's an excellent one.
And that's normal because I hear that every day at work with certain people. It
Yeah.
comes up like why? Nah, I don't know. I'm like, you got to pick yourself up a little bit. Like come on now.
Yep.
And it's real. So that things like that, you're not alone. There's other people, same thing that battle through that, and they're not willing to go and just let go. Like, do I really? I'm like, yeah, try it. Like, let yourself free, man.
It's equivalent to like the quarterback mind state, right? You might make a mistake in your past. You might throw that interception, but you got to shake it off and get right back up on the horse because life keeps ticking, man. Time is undefeated.
yeah.
So
Ain't no
you
doubt
just
about
got to
that.
keep rolling.
You got to have
Grit.
Yeah, you got to have the grit.
You got to have grit.
I like that.
Yeah,
For sure.
good.
Snooch.
Snooch. Making wishful decisions, trying to be really clear when you're making important key decisions. Overall, take a look at it, and you may even have to ask somebody, what do you think? What do you want to talk about? You know what I mean? It doesn't hurt to get opinions before you make them ultimate decisions. You may not like it, or you may like it. Well, thanks a lot. You really helped me out. I really needed that to you know what I mean? But ultimately it's going to be your decision. But sometimes it takes that, talking to somebody that you can get that opinion from and to help you out. And just, making very smart decisions. You know what I mean? Because you have to, especially at this day and age. And everything, it comes down to a decision. You know what I mean? So just, wishful thinking and talking and understanding from other people. They may have stumbled across and been through that. Well, hey, I made a bad decision on this, or, you know what I mean? Whether it's stocks or, anything, in life, general. You know what I mean? Just be open-minded.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good one, man. Because I think a lot of times I'm the kind of person that will look for other people's opinions, especially if I don't know. And I usually go with my gut, but then if I still am wavering from what I think is the right decision, then I have to go to an advisement panel, I'll call it, people that have done maybe what I'm trying to accomplish, and I get their opinion on something like, say, for example, buying your first home or something like that. I remember that was one of the scariest decisions I ever had to make. I think for all of us at one point in time, we were like, oh, we're going to buy a home. We're getting out of this rental. We're getting out of this apartment. We're going to buy a home. And, man, it's scary because then you look at the numbers and you're like, man, that's a lot of money. And I got it. You start freaking out, man.
Which you're paying them back for that house. You're like, but I bought it for $65.
Right. And then you're like, I'm not sure. Or it could just be, like you said, it could be things about investments. It could be just life in general. Sometimes it's good to have a group of people or a handful of people that you can go to and say, hey, man, what do you think? But then you can get too much into the what do you think with a bunch of people, and then it just murks the water up.
But you'll know the good people you can go to. They're the ones that you can really trust, and they're making sense, and you're like, okay, that's the way I was thinking about going, but I just need that little extra
reassurance.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
And you feel better when you make that decision.
Yeah, I think
I agree with that.
That's a very good one, man.
That's very good, man. I do that too. There's like a bullpen you go to, right?
Yes, there you go.
Like when you're struggling and, might just got to go to your resources and make the best decision possible. I'm with that 100%.
Yep. Very good, Hollywood. So the next one I put may fall right into the line of what we just talked about is looking at my retirement. I'm the older dude here. Everyone knows that, but not old enough to retire, but taking time. I did this for the first time in a long time. I met with my Fidelity guy, which he's been calling me and sending me emails and, hey, we need to get together, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's kind of like, blow it off. But then, as I started to realize we're in a shitty market right now, you guys probably look once in a while and go, wow, man. I was like, this sucks. So I finally met with this dude. And come to find out, he's a neighbor of mine. But this is the small world we could live in sometimes. And, I was looking at your address when I was pulling up your information. He goes, we live one block away from each other. And the coolest guy, younger guy, but just a, very good, intelligent, guy he's good with numbers. He was very upfront and honest, very transparent on how he wanted to go about helping me without making it look like it's all about him. Because, you go through these financial people, sometimes they're trying to steer you the way they want. So he's not working on a commission or anything like that. But we had a good sit-down conversation. It was only 1 hour. We do it. There's 3 meetings I'll have with this guy. The next one's coming next week. So he asked me a bunch of questions. And one of those questions was, how much do you think you need to live on a month, a week? And so, you just kind of rough numbers, right? And then I threw a number out at him, and he's like, okay. And come to find out, he knew what he was talking about. I didn't. So I went back and really looked at what we're spending on a weekly, on a monthly. And, man, I was way off, So I guess this question was more at, if you want to retire, do you want to still live the same lifestyle you have right now without missing a beat? Considering inflation and the cost of living will go up over the next, 20 years.
Sure. Yeah.
how are you going to be able to maintain the lifestyle that you're currently living right now without feeling you're in poverty? And so that was their gut reality check for me, because I was like, I thought I was going to be okay with this much, but the reality is cost of everything's going to go up in 10 or 15 years like everything has.
It's true.
So you got to adjust to this, right? So you have to start putting more money aside and maybe quit spending on dumb shit, and so.
And you got to figure where you're also getting older too. Things are going to slow down.
Thanks for reminding me, Hollywood.
What are like even
is it the gray hair?
Even like
I look like
vacations,
such an idiot, but I don't care.
You may go 3 times a year. That may slow down to once.
Yeah.
Your eating habits, what you ate before, will slow down. So things are going to change
naturally, right?
You get so many people. This what I don't understand. You get so many people. They want to make all this money, okay, and save all this money for their children. Why? Why kill yourself when you live happy? If they got jobs and they're working, hey, you leave them a little pinch, you leave them a little pinch.
Amen to that.
Other than that, you work for yourself, live it out. You can do it and rock it out, because
you get one shot.
Go to their grave and their kids, $500,000, and he ain't nothing but a memory. And he's worked his whole damn life while everyone else is celebrating. I'm gonna spend my money now. And if you leave a little bit, that's great. I mean, gonna survive. And you think about it like this: if you got good, holy kids, they'll make sure you're always okay. Like my mother and father, they will always be okay. As long as my 2 feet are here, you never have to worry about nothing. But King Daddy, he's got a mountain. He's at the highest Appalachia.
You understand?
So you understand.
You understand.
But you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, man.
And like I told my father, you may have stayed too long. And I worry about that. Son, you might be right. For what?
So you worked them extra 10 years, and you could have taken those 10 years and went out and seen more of life.
Yes.
Because that's, now that time's getting smaller, you're not going to be able to do the things you could have done 10 or 15 years ago, because your body slows down. You're tired. You can't move like you used to.
The spending will slow down.
Yeah, that's a great point, Hollywood.
Yes.
And you're right, because I believe that my wife and I will leave our kids in better shape than, per se, my parents would have left us at some point in time. And that's fine, because we work that way. And that's different. But you're right. You have to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You cannot just be work. And I'm going to do this, and you miss out on everything else, man. And then life gets kind of boring, because it just becomes job.
I miss it, and I'm young. I mean, you want to call 52 young. I'm missing a lot of things. I don't like it.
Like your number 2 was,
if you don't like it, you're okay with it.
You want to open up to new things. I mean,
I want to be out there. Why am I
realizing it now? But you're doing it now, rather than waiting another 10 years from now. And you're like, you know what, man? I'm going to a ball game. I'm going to go to a wrestling event. I'm going to go up north. I'm going to go do some things. I'm going to go do whatever. But you have to do that, because if you forfeit all of that and it's nothing but work and no play, man, that's not going to make a happy person for anybody.
He's Johnny, a very blue boy.
That's right
now.
Yeah. Pops used to tell me that all the time.
Yes, that's where I got it from, man. That's such a good
I remember
one.
him saying that. So.
That's starting to click in now. A little bit older I get. Like, man, I used to worry, try to penny pitch everything. You don't have to. You can still do things and not spend recklessly.
Right.
You do things within your means, and it's got to be a balance, man. I've always been so big on that. People have probably heard me say that a million times in this podcast, but it's so important.
So important.
That's why I had a buddy that, he asked me to go into business with him. But I'm like, man, on top of having a regular job and the other things I like to do, will that take away from all that just to have that extra money? And it would be nice, but am I willing to sacrifice all that time and energy to do that? I don't know if I am. And that's kind of what I'm weighing.
Yeah.
I'd rather have $20 in my pocket. I'd like to have more, but I'm saying, enjoying myself doing something, just a simple thing like we did last week, guys, just getting together, getting away from here, spending it in a different environment. We talked about
around
that.
different people,
and people watching and talking and laughing. And I mean, that's good to break the monotony up, and that's kind of like, that's so critical. And what you said makes a ton of sense, Hollywood. And so, I mean, that's kind of where I was at. I just wanted to kind of reevaluate where I'm at and not make it all about the money part of it, but make it about my future to be happy, because I do want to maintain my lifestyle, and I'm not living high fluent in lifestyle of any kind by no stretch, but at the end of the day, I still want to be able to enjoy things in life. I want to travel. I want to do things, and God damn it, I'm not waiting until I'm 75 to do it, because I may not be here at 75, but I'm going to start enjoying as much of this life as I can now, because I'm on the back nine. You know, I've already played the front nine of life. Now I'm on the back nine of this golf course. Now I'm going to play it the way I want to play it.
For sure.
Yes, very good.
That's commendable. I dig it. I like it.
You understand.
You understand. You already planted that seed.
That $58
So we on 5 now?
Yeah.
This is it.
My last one is just improvements in like all relationships in my life. You know, whether it be family, friends, females. I think it's important not to, you know, I look back at my younger self and how, you know, kind of treated women like shit, you know. I look back at them like that's not how things need to be. It's not how it should be, you know. So any experience I have with people, I'd like it to be a positive experience, as opposed to, oh, that guy was a dick or he did that, you know. You still have to stick to who you are and stay true you, and, you know, live by what you believe in, you know. But it doesn't always have to end badly.
Right.
You know,
and
I think that's
growing.
important.
You're growing. That's the part of life about the age that you're at, you know, and compared to the age where we're at, you know, is it so big of a difference? Yeah, there's a gap, but you'll see that it's hard to explain to you now. You'll feel that when you turn 40.
Yeah.
Something will change a little bit, like, oh, wow, I just feel a little bit different.
Yeah.
Than in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? And then as you start going into 50, your mindset starts changing. A lot of things get evaluated.
Well, yeah, like certain friends that you thought were your good friends are not your good friends.
Yes.
And there's people that, you know, you can reconnect with that really were there for you in those tough times, or just make you feel good. You guys always have a good connection, and those connections are more important. So for me, it's quality over quantity.
Yeah.
You know, and I've noticed that my circle has kind of shrunk down. I've eliminated myself from certain groups and people, you know, just because I don't have the want and will to be a part of it anymore.
And sometimes you have to do them tough decisions.
Yeah, and it sucks, you know, because you do miss out on things, but, you know, like, I'm going to be all right, man.
Yeah,
you know, I got the people closest to me that mean the most to me, and, you know, vice versa. So I think, you know, good quality. I wish everybody well, right? But, you know, at the end of the day,
absolutely, without a doubt.
You know, it's quality relationships, man. So
it's a better you too, because I think when you surround yourself with the people that you're most happy with, you are a better person. If you're trying to please everybody just to be a people pleaser, you're selling out, in my opinion. I mean, you could sell out so much, and, you know, you're giving more time to things or people, and that's going to fall in my last one, but I think that's a key point right there. You do find that your circle, not that it's sometimes default. You know, people fall off the grid. You know, life moves on. Someone moves out. Someone switches jobs. You don't talk to them as much. Yeah. But if that is a true friendship connection, that never really goes away. It picks up like a soap opera right where you left off.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like we could, you know, be gone and not see each other for 6 months, and you know it's going to come right back.
You
to
feel like you took
and
back
crazy
30 years.
For sure.
Like,
within 5 minutes.
I'm right here. 30 years ago, just like,
right.
I'm at the spot again.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And how many times people said, man, Sal, you haven't changed a bit, man. You're still the crazy. And that's still who you are.
I'm like, bullshit, nigga. I'm 400 pounds.
But I'm saying, like, you know, those kind of things are very cool, man. And I respect what you're saying, because that's life, man. That's how it goes, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, Holly, you're on your last one here, bros.
Oh,
Make it count.
Make it short, boy.
Come on, Bush.
Struggling.
I'm going to say on this, for me, is controlling my temperament on certain things.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Being able to control that beast in me that would like to come out at times and really filter that. You know what I'm saying? And there's got to be better ways. You know what I'm saying? So really, really filter the thought process.
Yeah.
You know, instead of reacting, let me think about this. Okay. There's got to be a better way. And I've learned a whole bunch over many years of my life, from when I was younger coming through to where I'm at now.
Sure.
You know, things that would have just made me snap off the handle. Not saying that I wouldn't here and there, certain things, but trigger points. Like, today's your good day for you, which normally it probably wouldn't have been. to do that, being able to do that, and that's power, man.
You pick your battles, right?
Yes, and you learn that talking to other people. Why does it have to be that way? You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Can't you find another way?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know how.
Yeah.
Show me. Well, if you try, you'll see how that just comes together, and you're like, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's a very, very good one.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
I mean, dude, if I may, yesterday I blew up over something that was minuscule. Looking back now in hindsight, it was an issue. My wife and I, we share a bank account together, but that account primarily is to pay bills. It's not a luxury account. It's the one that we contribute to pay the house payment, the medical bills, the utilities. So it's not a groceries, whatever.
Right.
So recently, I had to get her to go to the Chase Bank to get her signature on something so she had access to this account because she didn't have the app access. And then most of the stuff, again, goes to our smartphone so we can check our bank information. But for some reason, she couldn't do this. But then I noticed there were some Amazon charges on there, which, that's not really what we use this account for. So I was like an asshole. I blew up on her about it. And I'm like, who the hell charged $16.95 for Amazon? Because we have our own little side accounts for that. We keep a little slush fund. I keep, $100 a week in my check for whatever I want to do. Vice versa for her. But, I lost my shit because we're, just had a bunch of bills we just had to pay out, and it's $17 fucking. So I blew up on the wife about it. And man, I'm telling you, she's not talking to me right now. So if a little blue today, that's because she was pissed off at me all day yesterday and again today. And man, she was giving me both barrels. Just, I don't even want to look at you. I don't want to talk to you because you're an effing asshole. And I deserve that.
Now you look at it like this.
And I deserve it, because I was an asshole looking back, and it was all wrong. Looking back, the way I handled it.
You look at it like this. That beautiful wife you got at home that you love, was it worth that $17?
No, it wasn't. I'd give her 20 right now. I mean, it was.
See, that ain't going to cure it. That 20 just piss her off even more.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you go and you get your man card and you pucker it up right.
Yeah.
And you go to her slowly, baby. Listen,
is that how you do
I'm
it?
not bad. I made a mistake over $17.
Yeah.
What I was willing to do to upset my baby.
It was.
That's horrible on me.
It was terrible, and I felt really bad.
And that'll show her right there. Hey, this guy's coming to me. Wow. How can I not?
But dude, I do that all the time.
You can't.
I do that. I'm sorry shit all the time because it's like it's going right to what you said.
You got to improve.
Hollywood, you mentioned this because I got a short temper on certain things, patience for none. And like if I don't see it the way I want to see it, sometimes it's not good for you because it's the way I want it. But that's selfish, right? So again, we're going to talk about learning through process, right? So as you go through life and you mature a little bit more, you start to understand that this isn't always the way things should be. And that was a teachable moment for me because at one point she's mentioned this to me. She goes, Brian, it's the way you're delivering your message. Maybe it's the way I talk to my daughter.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
It's how you say it, right? And so it comes from a good place. It comes from the heart. It's meaningful. It's only to help you, not to hurt you, but it's the way I'm delivering the message. It's hurtful to you because the way I'm giving it to you, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
no, it does. You're not going to change who you are, but sometimes we can...
you catch yourself and you try to like retract that, right?
Yes, man. You got to catch yourself. Like they say, lightning in a bottle. When you know that lightning's ready to strike and that thunder's going to hit, you got to stop yourself.
All about the deliverance.
Dude.
Yeah.
I am trying to get better at that.
That's so good. And that's the first step is realizing it, right? Realize you made a mistake.
That's part of your therapy, right? In a sense, right? So
remember what you said.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, man, it was not good. So
everything you say or do, it's like it has a reaction, right?
Oh, ain't no doubt.
No,
every action has a reaction. I should say.
Why did we go there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've been that way with ex-girlfriends where I used to fly off the handle and then you come back, you say, I'm sorry. How many times can you say I'm sorry before that shit gets old?
Then it doesn't mean anything because like you say that all the time, but you do it anyway.
It's like saying hello and goodbye.
Right.
Yeah.
Becomes the norm.
And ask yourself this, well, if I flipped it and it was towards me, I'm going to be pissed off. So I know how she feels because I would be pissed if you talked to me that way. See, so it's
so you got to put the shoe on the other foot.
And I've learned that. Trust me. And I told other people, for me telling you this, No, it was a one-way highway.
Right, I was going to say,
coming down to Maryland.
Hollywood,
And no.
Philly. This is how we are geared as men.
learn.
I mean, we are geared at a high level. That we're both. I think all three of us are Type A personality. We're just go-getter type guys and move on. Let's not play around. But there's a delicate side of life that sometimes it could just be the way you deliver those messages and stuff. So you really have to catch yourself. That's
like
that's
a jagged
fantastic.
edge, man.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So were you good on that then, Hollywood?
Very good. Yeah.
All right. So my last one, guys, here was taking time. And it's going to probably kind of, fall into what Philly said. And as you said here earlier, Hollywood, taking time and spending time with people that mean the most to me and eliminating those that don't. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but I'm trying to put things in compartments now in my life. And this is kind of one of those things. In other words, giving back to people and things that are important and relevant and not wasting time with one-sided relationships or non-essential things. There's a lot of things we value in relationships, but there's also a lot of things that that you're in a friendship or you're in a kind of a situation with certain people that it's only just the way they see things, and you're just kind of hanging on as as the third wheel, or fifth wheel, whatever you call it. I don't even know if I got that right, but you got to realize like there's certain people that are in it for themselves, and that's all they care about. And I'll give you an example of that. My daughter, and I can't mention a name, but there's a friend of hers that she's very close to. But as they got older, when I say older, my daughter's in her late 20s now, so 27, 28. And one of her best friends from high school, but she lives a different type of lifestyle. She's single. My daughter's married. My daughter's thinking family. She's thinking about going to the bar. She wants to hang out and, do whatever. She's a good-looking girl. She's got a good career.
I'll go to the bar with her.
Yeah, well, you probably would. She's actually a really nice-looking girl, but she's probably too young for you, though. But that doesn't matter, Hollywood. You would still shred. But, so I was like, hey, I haven't seen so-and-so in a long time. And she says, yeah. She goes, we're kind of like, I don't know. She goes, I'm just finding out that it's all about her, and she'll never ask me how my day's going. She'll never ask me how my job's going. But I always initiate a conversation with genuine, how are you doing? How's work? And, just kind of having that, slow ease of conversation. Yeah. But it's always one-sided. She never gets the return. And so she's realizing, and I think that's brilliant that she's seeing this.
Oh, and she's not wrong.
I don't think so.
She's not wrong at all.
And she said, I just I feel like we're on two different, sides of the road now. She goes, she's in this direction, I'm going in this direction. She goes, and I like the direction I'm going in. I'm like, good for you. Yeah. I'm happy for you because that's kind of where you start to see where, things are starting to change in your life. It's not just, I got to hang out with so-and-so just because they're hanging out with so-and-so. No, you don't have to do any of that no more. Pick and choose your battles and pick the people you want to be around. And that's kind of where I'm at now. I want to be around people I enjoy and people that enjoy me.
And that understand. I do a person like that. It's the same stuff like your daughter. It's ignorancy. Well, come on, let's go to the bar and go over here. I got to work tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. I hold a job. I got
responsibilities.
I own the house. You don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're living
you don't
with
want
your
to put it out
mom.
there like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to put it like that, but realization, you don't have any kids, so you have no idea what that is about. So,
yeah.
And they really don't get it. They don't get it until it's your turn.
I had this come up a couple years ago. A good friend of mine growing up, man, played football together, did music together, all this stuff. And it's like that fork in the road. I would tell her to just stay on her path because she's on the path to excellence and happiness and all that stuff. And I had a guy go away for a while, got in some trouble and came back out. And first conversation was like, I want to say like 8 years later, right? He was in that same mindset that we were in back in high school. It's like, bro, you have no idea. I have a son now. I have a job, I have a career. I have all these things going on, all these goals I'm working towards. And, hey, man, let's party. I got girls over, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying, let's do this. I'm like, bro, it's not me anymore, man. And it's like you realize at that point we're headed two different ways. God bless you, wish you the best, but it's just not for me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with you.
You got to cut ties and keep moving because if not, that's just going to be a weight on you.
Yeah, or you keep it where it's at.
Yeah, you can always stay cordial and, like I
see
said.
You out there, that's where we leave it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all I had, fellas.
No, it's good stuff, man. Yes. So hopefully we help some people out today. That's the vibes of the week. And hope everybody works on their self-improvement. We're going to take a quick pause and we'll be back.